back over there now. Come on, please, back. Right back, thank you.
Move up the road now, you can still see from up there. Come on.
Sam Grant. He lives next door.
Found him round the back with a ladder trying to get in.
There's no one else in the house, is there? Is there?
No.
Whoa. That's far enough, mate.
That's my house.
Sue, where are the girls?
Upstairs. They were upstairs.
I can't do in there.
How many girls and where are they?
Where are they, Sue? Where?
Alan, Steve, kids, up the bank.
Mr. Myers?
Our daughters.
Your eldest girl?
Yeah, Zoe, she's 8.
Zoe suffered quite severe burns, but we've got her on rehydration and a ventilator. She's stable at the moment.
What about Tasha?
Her burns aren't so severe, but she's still unconscious. And there is the possibility of lung damage.
Can I see them?
You'll be able to see them later. I'm sorry, Mr. Myers, but you have to understand that your daughters are both in a very critical condition.
How's Mrs. Meadows?
We've given her a mild sedative. She'll be all right.
Are things ever going to be okay again?
They need me. I'm sorry. I'll let you know of any developments.
Thank you.
And we'll need to check you over at some stage.
Jake, I have to ask you some questions about the fire. Jake. All right. Later, when you're feeling more up to it.
Everything's fine, sir. In fact, I'm thinking of asking her for a cheap mortgage.
That's good. We'll see if you can get me one at the same time. Excuse me, Kate. I'll talk to you later. Jack, urgent one for you.
Sir?
The Fire Investigation Unit have identified a house fire at Dello Road as life-threatening arson. SCG are overloaded. I've put you up as Senior Investigating Officer.
Thanks. I'll get right onto it, sir.
No need to thank me. You said you wanted an opportunity to show me you could do the job. Well, here's your chance to get on my programme.
Right, sir.
Take whoever you need. I've cleared it with Alex Cullen. Oh, and I've said you'll stand in for me at the residents' meeting at the Cockcroft tonight, 6:30. Thank you.
Danny, you know where Duncan is?
Went out to see a witness earlier, Gov.
Danny was going to go with him, Gov, but it's too cold outside.
It's called style, Paul, something which you don't know much about.
Look, can you leave this intelligence cross-referencing?
Mr. Chandler wants it boxed off by tomorrow, Gov.
DS McAllister will be in shortly, Gov.
Mickey, SCG have given me this serious arson to deal with. I want you with me.
Oh, Gov. Can I have a word, Gov?
Later, Kate.
Oh, it's about the arson case. Well, I haven't got much on at the moment. I was wondering if I could help out.
Hello, Dave. How you doing? All right? This is Dave Graham, he's a fire officer. This is DC Webb, Spears.
Right, let's get started. You want to come inside?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll check on the house-to-house, sir. Oh, and you'll need to use the hard hats and the jackets.
Careful with this forward, Jack. There are 2 seats of fire. One in the kitchen here, a chip pan, most likely.
That wouldn't have caused such a serious fire.
Exactly. What's suspicious, Jack, is this. Excuse me. The main fire was here. That's what did the real damage.
How can you tell?
Well, even after such a fierce fire, there are clues. The burn patterns and the smell on the carpet indicate that the fire was assisted by an accelerant.
Surely that doesn't make it suspicious. It could have been a jar of cooking or something like that.
Yeah, but by the markings, the accelerant, whatever it was splashed all over the hall floor.
So have you any idea what it could have been?
Not at this stage, Jack, but it wasn't petrol. Now for upstairs. Now follow me, but keep close to the wall. So with the accelerant in the hall, you can see how the fire spread up to the landing.
I'm sorry, but I can't get my head around these two fires. Can you say which one started first, kitchen or hall?
You've seen the mess down there. We'll have to wait for the forensics.
Thank you, Kate.
Right, then.
Judging by the safety bars, this was probably the youngest girl's room. These bars prevented a neighbour from getting in to save them. That's where they found the girls. Looks like they were huddled there for safety. The older one put herself over her sister to protect her. That's how she was so badly burnt.
Sam? Andrew? Most people reckon the fire started about 3.
Well, that fits in with the time we received the call.
So what about the parents?
Vicky Hagen's still with them at St Houston.
The neighbours?
Sam's got something on that. Sam?
Yeah, it's the Grants next door. Mrs. Grant's a bit of a curtain switcher. She reckons she saw someone outside the house round about the time of the fire. He's male, 40 to 45, dressed in a smart suit. Just thinks she's seen him round here before.
Forensics?
I've been on to the lab, so they'll have a team here first thing in the morning, along with a fire investigator.
Right, look, I've got a residents' meeting at the Cockcroft to get to. So I'll leave you in charge, Andrew. Thanks a lot, Dave.
God, do you want me and Kate to go and talk to the Grants?
Yeah, OK. That's a good idea. And you can meet in my office for a debriefing first thing in the morning.
We explained it all to the other one.
We just need to go through a few things, so, Mr. Grant, if you can tell us what happened.
Well, about 3:05, I was in the back and could see smoke coming from the back of next door, and I could hear Sue Myers shouting, so I went out the back, and their kitchen's going up in flames.
I rang 999.
I got... I got my ladder.
Should have waited for the fire brigade.
Then what happened, Mr. Grant?
Well, we just got a low fence at the back, so I got over that. And I could see the girls at the small bedroom window. So I got the ladder up, I got up there, and the 2 girls were there, in the room. Then all that smoke. So I smashed the window. But then bars. I couldn't shift them. Then that ball of fire. The girls disappeared. I couldn't save them. Still hear them screaming.
You did all you could, Mr. Grant. It's not your fault.
He could have died.
Your husband did a very brave thing, Mrs. Grant.
You told PC Harker you saw a man outside the Myers house just before the fire.
There was a man. Very smart looking. Dark suit, about 40 to 45.
Do you think you've seen this man before?
Yes. He was outside the Myers house a couple of days ago, and a right carry-on there was. Shouting and arguing.
What can you tell us about Jake and Sue Myers?
I love those girls. They're all right.
Yes, when they're not shouting at each other. They've never got any money. And that Jake, he doesn't work. He doesn't do anything around the house.
OK, thanks, Mrs. Grant. You've been really helpful.
That man outside the Myers house, I think he might have been a money lender.
Jeez, poor geezer, married to her.
Yeah, right, nice sentence.
Gonna check out the loan sharks now.
Don't know about you, but I could do with a drink. But only if you promise to keep it down this time, Mister.
You're really funny, you know that? Nice one.
Cheers, Biggies.
Cheers.
So you don't reckon alcohol?
You never know you're going to bump into, a superintendent who puts himself about a bit.
It seems OK to me. I think it's good he wants to be out and about with the troops.
Well, he's got to be, isn't he? I mean, they ain't going to fill the top spot with another plank like Brownlow, are they? But I'll tell you one thing about these high flyers. They're clever. They come in with all the fanfare, changing everything about, then they get out. So all their changes don't work. They don't want to be there if it all comes on top.
OK, that's Mickey Webble, senior management. Now tell me about you, Mickey.
Me?
Yeah. Like I said, we also get to know each other.
What do you want to know?
About you. Brothers, sisters. Parents still alive?
They got a caravan outside Shoebury Ness. There you go.
You sound like you don't care.
No, I'll see them from time to time. That's your meal. well, at least we were sitting down.
Fish and chips out of paper, you can't beat it. Besides, isn't your place round the corner?
Yeah, why? You want to see it?
I'd be ashamed not to.
And?
What were we going to do last time before you puked up all over the place?
Are you ever going to let me forget that?
We've got unfinished business, Ricky Webb. Of course, if you don't want to.
This is it. Want the grand tour?
No. Just show me the bedroom. That's all right, 10 minutes will be fine. No, don't ring the buzzer. No, I'll be outside.
What are you doing?
Time to go. Cab's on its way. I'll see myself out.
So you just want two?
I know. See you in the morning. Later on, I mean.
Hey, mate.
Can't talk, mate, I'm late.
Thanks for coming, Mickey.
Sorry, Gov. Traffic on Shipley Street's a nightmare.
Yeah, I know. It's been on the traffic report for the last 2 weeks. Kate's briefed me on the grants, and while we were waiting for you, we ran a check on Jake and Sue Myers.
Anything, Gov?
Yeah, he's got previous. 2 years for IBH and a suspended for a fry. But he's been in the clear for the last 8 years, and according to uniform, all the witnesses put him well away from the house at the time of the fire.
What about Mrs. Myers?
Nothing.
I want you to run a check on all the local loan sharks, see if you can get some pictures for the neighbours. We're going to talk to the Myers.
Anything else, Gov?
Yeah, if you find anything, let me know soon as. We won't mention the loan shark angle till we hear from you. That's in case Mrs. Grant's got it wrong, OK?
Gov.
Thanks, Mickey.
I understand this is difficult, Jake, but you told Vicky Hagen you were out when the fire started.
Yeah.
And Sue?
I just got back from the shops. I thought I'd do some chips for the girls and Jake. I put the pan on and went into the front room.
I'm sorry, but I have to ask these questions. Do either of you know what could have caused the fire?
I left the chip pan on the cooker.
Was there anything in the house that could have helped the fire spread so quickly? Anything at all?
We need to be clear about this, Sue. You were in the front room when the fire started.
Yeah. Clearing up the girls' toys. There was a sound like a big roar, then flames in the hall. I had to get out the front door.
When you were in the front room, did you see anyone outside the front of your house?
There might have been. I don't know.
I know it's difficult, Sue, but try and think.
I don't know. When I ran outside, there was no one there.
You don't think the fire was an accident?
There's evidence that some sort of accelerant was splashed around the hall.
What didn't you think?
Jake, we have to know where you and Sue were so we can eliminate you. Do you understand that? OK, we'll leave you now. Kate will give you her card, so if you remember anything, you can give us a ring.
Now, what is it?
Sorry to bother you again, but if you could both have a look at these photos, tell me if you recognise anyone.
Him. That one. He was outside yesterday before the fire.
Is this the man you saw outside the Myers house a few days ago, arguing with Jake and Sue?
Yes. Like I told you.
What about you, Sam? Do you recognise him?
Yeah. There's Harry Patterson.
Do you know about his relationship with Jake and Sue?
Well, he's a loan shark. Work it out for yourself.
So if you knew it was Harry Patterson, why didn't you tell us this yesterday evening? You'd have saved us all a lot of time.
Well, I'm one of his clients. What do you think he's going to do if he knows I grassed him? Last year, was our 40th wedding anniversary. And my wife wanted to go to Oz to see her sister. I had to pay for it somehow.
You'll keep paying, mate.
Just don't let my wife know, eh?
Gov, it's Mickey. Yeah, the grants have ID'd the loan shark as Harry Patterson. Yeah, I'm on way to see him now.
So how did you get to know Harry Patterson?
There's no shame in being out of work, Jake. I'm trying to provide for your family.
Since my printing business went bust 2 years ago, me and my partner lost everything. Since then, I haven't been able to hold down a job.
And?
Things got really bad. We were in debt a couple of grand. Then the debts got bought up by this Harry Patterson. Straight away, the pressure starts. Coming round, threatening what might happen if we miss the payments.
Threats?
All kinds of stuff.
Did he harm you?
No.
What about Sue?
No. That's all sorted now.
Well, thanks for your help, Jake. And I'm sorry if we seem to have been getting at you. Kate, can you give Mickey a ring?
Mickey, Kate. Looks like Jake and Sue are into Harry Patterson in a big way. And he used to threaten them. Yeah, right, we'll meet you there. Gov, Mickey's just left Patterson's office. Apparently he's doing some business at the Beckwith Arms.
Right, let's go then.
You and me need to have a little
For God's sake, leave us alone!
Don't give me all that, all right? You've got plenty of dosh. I've seen it. I've seen the car and I've seen the tar. You owe me, mate. You owe me big time. And I wouldn't forget that, because I can be very, very nasty if I am crossed. Do you understand, mate? I'm getting very tired of this. You want to listen to me, because I'll tell you this.
DCI Meadows, Sun Hill. This is DC Spears, DC Webb. Take it, you're Harry Patterson.
Yeah, and I'm working.
Yeah, so am I. You, on your bikes. Come on.
He owes me 10 grand. That's a new motor that Tarty's with, charges 100 an hour. He's taking the piss and you let him go.
So where were you yesterday afternoon about 3 o'clock?
Sierra Oscar and DC Webb receiving.
Do you know Jake and Sue Myers?
Yeah, can I have a check, please, on an Anthony Lambert?
Jake and Sue Myers.
About 6 foot.
I ain't saying anything.
Don't joke me around. Do you know them?
Date of birth, 11th of the 6th, 1965.
It's almost worth getting nicked if they're all like you.
In your dreams, Harry.
Gov, Lambert's done 9 years for arson.
Right, one more time. Where were you yesterday afternoon about 3:05?
Working. And that's all you're getting.
Harry Patterson, I'm arresting you in connection with arson, with intent to endanger life.
Arson? What are you
don't
on
have to
about?
say anything. But it may harm your defence if you do not mention one word or something you
Get down there!
Anything you say may be given.
Stand still!
I keep telling you, I don't know anything about arson.
How much did Sue and Jake Myers owe you?
5 grand.
Did they ever fall behind with their payments?
No.
So what were you doing outside their house a couple of days ago, screaming and shouting?
Well, what can I say? Every little business has its hiccups.
You know, just out of interest, how does somebody like you manage to screw money out of people like the Myers?
DC Webb.
Well, Jake and Sue aren't earning at the moment. The building society are about to repossess their house. You charge, what, I don't know, 200% a year? How do they pay you back?
Why don't you ask them?
Have you ever threatened them?
I don't threaten people.
You were seen in Dello Road just before the fire.
How many more times? I'd been out round that area all day working, but I wasn't in Dello Road at 3 o'clock.
So where were you?
Murray Kinch's furniture store. Murray K does me a good deal on anything I take instead of cash. Crap, most of it.
Yeah, well, you should know, shouldn't you? When you're so full of it, it just pours at you like someone's pulled your chain.
Mr. Meadows.
Do you think the public know how much time highly trained and highly paid detectives spend doing paperwork? Oi.
CID DC Spears. Jake. The accelerant. I'm on my way. Be with you in 10 minutes.
Well, what's the rush, Kate?
Jake Myers has just called from St Hugh's. Looks like we've got a breakthrough on the accelerant.
All right, Harry, let's talk about Tony Lambert, shall we? Did you ever set him loose on your clients?
Tony's as good as gold. Been with me nearly 4 years.
Since he came out of prison for doing 9 years for arson, yeah?
Oh, it's all right. We keep the matches locked away.
Cut the clever crap, Harry. Where was Lambert about 3 o'clock?
He was at Kinch's furniture store with me, so why don't you go and check it out with Murray K?
Mr. Hennis, your client will be held until we've talked to Mr. Lambert and made further inquiries.
Not so sure of ourselves now, are we? You gonna fit me up? Or are you looking for a bung? Sun Hill's got the best coppers money can buy, Mr. Henners.
Come in. Yes, Jack, what can I do for you?
Sir, I just thought you'd like to know we're making good progress on the arson case. Mickey Webb's out there now checking on our suspects' alibis.
How's Kate getting on with that breakthrough with the accelerant? She seemed quite excited about it when she told me.
Yeah, well, we'll just have to wait and see what she comes up with.
Good. Well, I'll leave you to it then, Jack.
Sir?
Susan with Zoe and the doctor. Looks like they're moving Zoe to a specialist burns unit.
What about you, Jake? How are you doing?
I don't know. I couldn't face talking to the doctor. It's like I know what's going on, but I can't do anything to affect what happens. Can you understand that?
Yeah, I can. Jake, you said you wanted to tell me about the accelerant.
I know what it was.
Yeah?
Look, this isn't easy for me. When the firm went bust, I kept some ink thinners in the hall in plastic drums. Forgot all about it. It's all my fault. I mean, what do I tell Sue?
Jake.
I mean, accidents. Things like that happen. And I made it worse.
It makes me sick letting him go.
Well, there'll be other days.
I wouldn't hold me breath.
Anyway, don't worry about him. Kate's got a new angle on this accelerant. So why don't you check out Jake's business associates? See if he owes anybody else money.
Right, I'll have a go at the council traders list.
Right, I'll be at their house with the forensic team.
All right.
Jake, is there anyone else who may have wanted to harm you or your family? You said you had an ex-business partner.
Yeah. Simon Spade.
So how did he react to losing everything?
Came round my house, accusing me of losing all his money. Made a nuisance of himself. Demanding what he said I owed him.
Any real trouble?
No. He's more subtle than that.
Simon Spade?
Yeah? Who are you?
DC Webb, Sun Hill.
Come in pairs, do you?
What?
Hello, Mickey.
Better come in.
Jeez.
Tell Simon about the fire.
Yeah, those poor girls. How's Sue?
That's what can be expected, considering both her daughters are knocking on Evan's door. Where was you yesterday afternoon at 3 o'clock?
What?
Just answer the question.
The bookies. 3 acre lane. Look, you can check the timestamps on the slips.
Sure.
I was there for the afternoon car. 2 till almost 5.
Gamble a lot, do you?
I don't know, I can afford to. Look at the stakes. It's hardly a fortune.
Simon, you were Jake's business partner. You must have been close to him and Sue.
The printing business did all right for a few years. Never made a fortune, but we were OK. Then we invested heavily to compete with the photo printing shops. But we just couldn't match their prices. Jake got me to stump up over 15 grand without giving me the full picture.
So now you got no job and no money, yeah?
I do some stuff here and there, but yeah, that's right.
So what can you tell us about Jake and Sue?
When the business went bust, I never trusted Jake again, but he and Sue are OK.
You getting all right with Sue?
We were friends.
Good friends?
Yeah, you could say that.
Do you fancy her?
Look, I do like Sue, but in case you missed it, I'm worse off than her husband. There's nothing I could give her and the girls.
You reckon Jake and Sue are sound?
Yeah, in their way. And they love the girls. They'd do anything for them. That's why I couldn't understand the social services putting them on the at-risk register. Look, Jake, you ask me and I'll tell you. Sue deserves better. When the business went down the tubes, she made herself ill trying to hold things together, but Jake, he just couldn't be bothered. No. Sue deserves better than that.
So happened to you at 2 o'clock this morning? Turned into a vampire, did you? Going before sunrise?
It's no reflection on you, Mick. I just like to wake up in my own bed. Besides, I have to change my clothes.
Yeah,
So why are you late this morning? No one to squeeze your fresh orange juice.
Well, it's always tomorrow morning, isn't there?
Sorry?
Well, if you stay and make breakfast.
I wasn't planning a repeat performance, Mickey. And I do not expect to hear people talking about what we did last night in the canteen. All right?
Yeah, whatever you say.
Case.
Any news on the forensics, Gov?
Only confirmation of what the fire officer told us. Look, I'm the SIO on this case. It's me you should be keeping up to speed, not Mr. Chandler.
Sorry, Gov?
What I mean is you should have told me about the accelerant first.
Oh, couldn't be helped, Gov. I met him on the way out. He asked how things were going.
Look, I've been watching you. You're going to make a good detective, but you should never go over a senior officer's head.
I know it looks, Gov, but I wasn't going behind your back. You were interviewing Patterson.
Yeah, all right. So what are you doing now?
On the way back to St Hugh's with Mickey. Tell me I had a serious word with Jake Myers.
OK, well, don't forget what they've been going through.
Right, Gov.
Sue's with Zoe at the burns unit. I'll stay to be with Tasha for when she recovers consciousness.
Jake, why didn't you tell us the girls were on the at-risk register?
Well, that was some time ago. What's that got to do with the fire?
Just tell us, Jake.
After the firm went bust, Sue and I went through a bit of a bad patch. A lot of arguments, shouting, door slamming. You know, kids crying. It was nothing really, but somebody called the social.
Is that right?
We reckon it was old Mother Grant from next door. She's the sort that thinks you muck if you haven't got a job.
Jake, kids don't go on the at-risk register for nothing.
Zoe fell down the stairs and went to school with some bruises. She came back with a letter from the head. And the girls got ill. Food poisoning, I don't know. So we kept them off school for a couple of days. I suppose someone put 2 and 2 together and came up with 5, but we would never do anything to harm them.
You seem amazingly calm about all this, Jake.
Yeah, well, I have to be. For Sue and the girls, someone's got to be strong, be there for them.
You ever think about torching your business for the insurance?
Yeah. But I didn't. Just like I didn't set fire to my house.
All right. All I was saying was...
Yeah, I know what you were saying. What you were thinking. My girls might die. And you're saying that I deliberately set fire to my house? That I tried to kill them?
Somebody set fire to your house, Jake.
Jake!
Let's continue this at Sun Hill, shall we?
Yeah.
Sorry to disturb you, sir. Kate Spears asked me to let you know they're interviewing Jake Myers downstairs. They tried ringing, but you're engaged.
OK, thanks, Di.
I got 2 years for a fight in a pub. And before that, I was suspended for a fray.
Jake, you're not under arrest. You don't have to tell us this.
I'm trying to be straight with you here. I haven't been in trouble for 8 years, since Zoe was born. You haven't had kids, have you? Changes your life, that, having kids. I got the business up and running.
Then the business failed, and you and Simon lost everything.
Right.
So how come you still had some inkthins in the house? I mean, after 2 years.
We got rid of a lot of it. Sold it off. I don't know, it got overlooked.
Jake's highly flammable. What was it doing in the house, in the hall? Why did you hold on to it? Why not Simon?
If you've been to his place, there's no room to swing a cat.
So you kept it in your house, with kids around?
I told you, it got overlooked.
All right, Jake. You said you thought about torching a business for the insurance.
Of course, me and Simon talked about it. But things were so bad, it would have been the first thing the insurance assessors looked at. If you want to know the truth...
That's what we're here for.
I was scared. Otherwise, I might have done it before things got too bad. But that doesn't mean I burnt my house down for the insurance.
No? Because from where I'm sitting, the insurance on the house would have solved an awful lot of problems.
Look, when you're in the financial state we're in, the monthly premiums are the first thing to go. It's either that or no shoes for the kids. I didn't tell Sue that I cancelled the policies. You see, we can't even claim the insurance.
DCR Meadows. Yeah, that's right. Oh, when?
Jake, since you lost your business, things got really hard for you.
Yeah.
Didn't you ever think to yourself, I've got to leave all this behind? Your debts, demands made on you by Sue and the kids, bills you can't pay, Patterson hanging around always wanting more. Did you not think, I want to get rid of these problems?
Yeah. I could have walked out, but I didn't.
That's not what I mean, Jake. Walking away.
I didn't. You harlot bastard!
That isn't the way!
Sorry, I didn't mean to.
Cath, Mickey, word, please. So what's going on in there?
We're questioning Jake Myers and he freaked out, Gov. Want to hold him while we talk to his wife.
You can't do that because I'm having him released.
Gov, if he started the fire, we need to talk to his wife before we can see her.
Hey, you got proof of that, have you? I mean, all the witnesses place him away from the house.
He could have come in via the back of the house, started the fire, and then left again.
So Sue Myers didn't hear the children upstairs. And she didn't hear her husband come in, start the fire, and then leave.
It's pretty circumstantial, Gov, but I don't know, there's something we're not getting. I think she could be covering for him.
Well, you can't talk to Jack now because the situation's changed. You're going to have to get him over to the Burns unit to be with his wife. And one of you is going to have to tell him that his daughter, Zoe, died half an hour ago.
That's the last thing I needed. The DCI walking on the back of Jake trying to wobbly.
He had to. Jake's daughter was dead. Mickey, have you got a problem with the DCI?
Just after all this business with Beach and John Bolton getting killed, the DCI overheard me telling others what I thought of him. Now it feels like he's watching me every move. I only got this case because Danny and Duncan were busy.
Yeah, but now it's a murder case. You've got the chance to get results and start putting all that other stuff behind you.
And you?
I'm not going to sit here and deny that getting a result in a case like this will help me get my feet well under the table.
So? Cheers.
Look, with Patson's spate out the frame, there's no one else outside the family, so we have to look closely at Jake and Sue. Get them to go through everything, see what discrepancies we can find. But we don't push them. Go easy.
Take it easy. Don't push them. There's one dead girl and another one who's likely to die. Who speaks up for them?
We do, Mickey, but...
I'll tell you something, Kate. My parents were exactly like their minds. Never had two pennies to rub together. Always leaving me on my own. Absolutely anything could have happened. And then when they'd hit rock bottom, when they were properly in the gutter, there's always idiots around like Patterson trying to give them an helping hand.
So use that experience. Use that anger you have and channel it into positive energy. Make it work for you.
What?
Look, what we go through in childhood makes us what we are. So you have to be positive about it.
What about you? You positive about it, no?
Oh, Mickey, I said.
I mean, just a drink. It's not like we have to end up in bed together, is it? Not if you don't want it.
Come, Mickey, we'll sort this case out.
Jake, I'm so sorry about Zoe, but we do still need to talk to your wife.
You what? Zoe's dead and Tasha's... Why can't you just leave us alone? I've had enough of this. I'm calling a lawyer.
All right, Jake. You stay with Tasha. We just need to get the facts straight, that's all.
It's all right, Jake. We don't need a lawyer. They're just doing their job.
I need to talk to you.
Jake, what's it you want to tell her?
You're a cocky little sod. I don't want you tearing into Sue. She won't be able to take it.
OK, Jake. All right.
Sue, I know this is a very difficult time for you, but we do need to talk about what's happened. Did Harry Patterson come to your house?
No.
He didn't come round threatening you for money?
No. No, he didn't.
It's just several witnesses saw him in Dello Road.
He didn't call on me.
Sue, has Harry Patterson ever threatened you or the girls?
No.
He was seen outside your house a couple of days ago. Now, witnesses say he was arguing with you and Jake.
Yeah, it's just an argument, that's all.
Sue, what were Zoe and Tasha doing just before the fire started?
I had to get some shopping, and I wanted to clean the house. I asked Jake to take them over to the park.
You went shopping and Jake to the girls to the park.
Or I thought he did.
But you left first.
Yeah. I left Jake with the girls.
Sue, when you got back and you were cleaning the house, is there any way Jake could have got back into the house, say, through the back door?
Why would... No, Jake didn't. No.
You're sure there's no way Jake could have got back in the house without you knowing?
I told you no.
I'm sorry, Sue, but I had to ask you that. Do you understand?
Yeah.
All right, Sue. Can we talk about Simon Spate?
Simon?
When the business collapsed, he and Jake fell out big time, didn't they?
After he lost the business, Jake just gave up. I tried everything, but it was like he didn't want to know. He won't say so, but he believed that me and the girls thought he was a failure. And it just got me down.
What about Simon?
He was good. He tried to help us. But in the end, him and Jake fell out over the money.
Must have been difficult for Simon.
It was. But he's not like Jake. He got on with things. Took any work that was going, and he'd come round and see me and the girls. Sometimes he'd bring them little presents, you know. Jake couldn't stand it.
So, was there ever anything between you and Simon?
It wasn't like some seedy affair. It wasn't just the sex. We took the girls out. Went for walks. Just two lonely people, really, looking for someone to talk to.
Did Jake find out?
Yeah. And that was the end of it.
All right, Sue, why don't we take a break? See if we can get some coffee, yeah?
Jake, can you tell me why you went out on your own? And you were supposed to take the kids to Canley Park.
I've got this chance of a job.
Yeah?
Security man on a building site. Not much, but it was cash in hand. I knew things were getting desperate and I'd have to do something. I didn't tell Sue because I didn't want to raise her hopes. Like in the past, have everything fall through. I thought I'd be back before her.
So you left the girls alone in the house?
Yeah. I told them to stay upstairs, keep quiet and not to disturb her.
How long was you gone?
15 minutes, tops.
Which building site was it?
Big one on the corner of Rudkin Road and Tedder Street. Well, you can check with the side foreman.
Yeah, I'm afraid I'm gonna have to. And then you came straight home, yeah?
Right. And you know the rest.
Tell me what happened when you got back from shopping.
I made myself a coffee and I started tidying up the girls' things.
Was that all you did in the kitchen, make yourself coffee?
Yeah. I mean, no, I went back in there to cut up some potatoes to do some chips for Jake and the girls when they got back.
What were you cooking the chips in?
A chip pan, big saucepan full of oil.
And you put the chip pan on the cooker. Then what? Sue, I do know what you've been through the last couple of years.
I don't think so.
Really, I do. My parents were always short cash. You know, one step ahead of the debt collector. Any time they had any real money, my mum bought rubbish we didn't need, or the old man boozed it all away. They were always arguing and shouting. When things got really bad, they took it out on each other. And that didn't work, took it out on me and my little brother. But you weren't like that, Sue. You never gave in, you held it all together.
I tried.
No, Sue, you did really well. All your neighbours have said what a brilliant mother you are.
No, not a good mother. A good mother wouldn't have done what I've done.
Sue.
But I had to. Jake said it was all we could do. I had to do it.
Do what, Sue? What was it you had to do? Sue, don't keep it bottled up. You can tell me.
Patterson. The way he used to sit there looking at me. Using me to threaten Jake to pay up. All the time looking at me. You have to understand, the building society was threatening to repossess the house. Then we really would have lost everything. Then Jake came out with it. The way to pay off the debt.
How?
He said if I could do it with Simon, I could do it with Patterson. He said there was no difference. No difference.
So?
Just like that.
And Patterson had your house torched because you refused to sleep with him?
No. I've been having sex with Patterson regularly now for the last 3 months. I just blanked it out. I was another person. I was somewhere else. We had set days. You know, when the kids were at school, Jake would make himself scarce for a couple of hours. Like I said, I just blanked it out. Patterson, he enjoyed it. Every kiss, every grunt, bruises. Then one day he said I could pay off more of the debt if I went with some of his business contacts.
And did you?
I couldn't refuse, could I?
So Harry Patterson was pimping you?
Yes. Carrying on like he owned me, like I was some bloody whore. Then a couple of days ago, I said no. That's what all the trouble was outside the house the other day.
So did Harry Patterson come to your house yesterday morning?
Sue?
Yes. He was waiting for me when I got back from the shops.
Did he threaten you?
As good as. He said if I didn't do what he wanted, he'd call in the debt and we'd lose the house and be out on the street. And I couldn't see a way out. I just knew I had to get away from Patterson and Jake. The whole rotten mess. And I thought we could use the insurance money to pay off Patterson. Then I could leave. Take the girls and start again somewhere new. It's all Jake's fault. He should have taken the girls to the park like I asked him to. But he's lazy like that. Just left them playing upstairs on their own.
So tell me what happened. We could wait for the forensic evidence and work it out from that, but I think you want to tell us what happened, Sue, yeah?
I left the chip pan on the cooker to make it look like an accident.
Go on.
Then I punched holes in the plastic containers so the ink thinner spilled out. Once the fire had started in the kitchen, I set light to the thinners and ran out of the house screaming. Then, when I saw Jake on his own, I realised Zoe and Tasha were in the house. I killed my Zoe. I killed her.
I am sorry, Sue. I'm going to have to arrest you. I couldn't bear to tell her Jake had cancelled the insurance premiums. You want me to tell him about Sue?
No, I'll do it. Jake, can I have a word? I'm sorry, mate. Sue's been arrested. She's admitted to starting the fire. So sorry.
Come in.
Just to let you know, sir, that we've charged Sue Myers. And Mickey Webb wants to have a go at Patterson for living off immoral earnings.
Good. Well, taking everything into account, Mickey and Kate have done a good job. Not a result we can celebrate, of course, but congratulate them from me, would you?
Will do, sir.
Oh, and one more thing, Jack. Don't forget the robbery and burglary strategy. Tomorrow morning would be good.
Sir.
Thank you.
OK. Is Mickey around?
Dunno. Not joined at the hip.
I just thought you might have known.
Ah, Kate. Well done on that arson case. Not the easiest of things to deal with, but Jack Meadows was really pleased with your contribution.
Thank you, sir.
Are you walking down?
Yeah.
Good. So, how's the surviving daughter doing?
As well as could be expected, but she's on the up.
Mickey?
All right.
You OK out for a drink later on?
I don't know what I'm doing yet, Tone. I might be busy.
Is that I or we?
Yeah,
We'll be in the Alcott Arms, yeah? Too late?
all right.
I just checked. Jake's back at St Hugh's with Tasha. Still touch and go. Oh, what a mess.
Yeah.
Look, I'm just off to the estate agents. There's a couple of flats I'm going to have a look at. Renters been hell with my bank balance.
Well, listen, Kate. This afternoon at St Hugh's, I was impressed.
Eh?
My story, your result. That's got to be worth a drink, isn't it?
I was telling Sue the truth. It was my life, my experience. Look, you don't have the monopoly on a miserable childhood, Mickey. And growing up with a wastrel mother and a violent father makes you appreciate good times. They don't last.
Yeah, that's all in the past, though, isn't it? Listen. Look, what... Why don't we go by the pub and go uptown, eh?
No!
Listen. Last night was the best I've felt for ages.
Last night was good. But that was it.
You're serious?
It was good. We clicked. You were up for it, and I definitely wanted it, but it was sex. That's all, I'm sorry. Look, we work well together. We work really well together, but that doesn't mean that I'm moving in or sleeping with you, all right?
Been a long day. How's your drink, Vicky?
Not tonight, Gov. Another time, mate.